Taika, hey Mark,
Get together.
I'm gonna let you use this a little bit. Yeah, I know you need that. See,
It's very warm here.
the website is Big Fanboy, and of course he gets the fan. So, ladies and gentlemen, Taika Waititi, what has been the thing that you want people to take away most from this movie? It seems like a really special experience. Oh my God, he's down, ladies and gentlemen.
What do I want them to take away? A ticket stub? I want them. I think that this. I can't hold this. I feel like that's the microphone. I'm going to cut my lip open.
Here, we'll hold
Thanks.
it off camera
Thank
for
you. But I think the film is very important, especially right now. It feels like the messages in this film, weirdly, kind of sadly, make more sense today, especially in this country, and not only America, but there are places all over the world where hate groups and movements that are focused on intolerance and bigotry, they are rising up and they're they're becoming stronger. And I think that now more than ever, this film's become very relevant and very important.
Picking up on that, a lot of your productions have a lot of heart to them, and they always speak a great message. Where does that heart in the stories come from, and how important is it to put it into the films?
I think it comes from my background growing up in a very small, tiny little town in New Zealand. There was never really anything to do, and apart from going to the beach and fishing. I mean, it sounds good now for me. Actually, that's all I want to do. But growing up, all we'd do is tell stories, and there was only two. New Zealand only had 2 TV channels until maybe 1993. So my entire childhood was based on whatever was on 2 TV channels, and both TV channels would end at 11:30 p.m. So storytelling was just something that you had to become good at, and you've just got to learn how to connect with the audience and make it interesting for them. And I think the best way that I've ever learned was using comedy and using heart, trying to connect with them and get people emotional, or trying to a lot of it's about telling jokes, but for me mainly is about affecting someone.
First off, Mazel Tov on the movie. Very excited. Y'all are huge purveyors of motion pictures. I would just like to know what are some of your some scenes from movies that have always stuck with you throughout life, that have always inspired you.
Scenes that have stuck through life?
Yes.
Wow, that's a big question.
I'm going through my catalogue
Yeah,
right now in my head.
I'm starting with the A's. I'm thinking of the ending of the movie The Apartment. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. It did come out in about 1962, so you had a chance to catch it.
I'm thinking about when Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf did the slam dunk in the basketball court.
Yeah, sure. Well, now I'm thinking of the scene in Michael J. Fox's Secret of My Success when he's in the
with the
phone booth and he's pretending he's
And
not.
the music in that.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy,
Yeah.
boy. Chicka-chicka.
Sure.
Ooh,
Yeah.
boy, boy.
Most of our references
Yeah.
are Michael J. Fox movies.
And, I'm thinking about when he was just that happy-go-lucky kid in Back to the Future,
Sure.
who had a friend. He was Doc Brown. Doc Brown's
of course, I'm
only
thinking-
friend, really, apart from who was the dog's name? Einstein.
Is there a dog in there?
Einstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. And then he got the story. So he goes and visits his friend Doc, who's inventing a time machine out of a car, DeLorean. And anyway,
Was that movie
there's
big
these
here in the
terrorists.
US? Because it was pretty big in New Zealand.
Yeah, these terrorists or tourists, I think, coming to try and steal the uranium back that he stole. Anyway, one thing leads to another, and they end up. Michael J. Fox's character ends up time traveling, and he goes back to. Not Back to the Future yet. He's trying to get back to the future. When he goes back to the past, he's trying to get back to the future. It's a brilliant film. I really urge you guys to see it.
Thank you.
So what has been the one thing that
in Back to the Future 2?
In Back to the Future?
Go on.
We got to continue that.
Yeah.
But working with Taika, what was the one thing that you guys kind of learned about each other that maybe really surprised you working on this film?
I had never met Taika before. I just got the call to come and do it. And for some reason, having seen his previous work, I just knew we would hit it off. I just felt like we'd have a similar vibe and sort of comic attitude. And I was really pleased that was the case. And he gave me and all the other actors a lot of freedom to sort of improvise, which was very stressful because I had to do it, as all the actors do, a German accent, which I had learnt phonetically, very carefully, the script. And then he said, now improvise. I'm like, in a German accent. And that stressed me quite a lot. I'm not good at accents. But once I kind of embraced that, oh, here he comes.
Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing the film.
Enjoy.